Miss Chin here, and thank you for joining me as we look at a developmentally sequenced teaching and learning activity using playing cards to address all 4 operations. In this way, all children can access the task by commencing at the same entry point but choosing their own exit point, depending on their level of mathematical knowledge. I like to implement Total 12 as a whole class activity with children working in pairs, sharing a deck of playing cards with the picture or court cards removed, and making those all-important individual written recordings. In other words, this is a lovely example of what Marianne Small refers to as a parallel task, a set of tasks, usually 2 or 3, that are designed to meet the needs of students at different developmental levels, but are close enough in content that they can be discussed simultaneously. This, of course, is a core strategy used to differentiate instruction. Total 12, as I like to call it, is a years 1 to 6 appropriate activity. This parallel task requires children to use a number of addends to either Total 12 or Total 10, which is an easier version for younger children. Children could be working with just 2 addends to create a total of 10 or more than 2 addends to Total 12. Children commence the task by initially using the operation of addition, but can then progress to using the operations of subtraction, multiplication, and division. A developmental sequence ultimately leads to directed number concepts, or life to the left of 0. This can be achieved by allowing the red suits, the hearts and diamonds, to represent negative numbers. For example, the 4 of hearts would represent -4, and the 7 of clubs would just represent +7. To create their number sentences, the first student selects cards that add to either 12 or 10 from the piles of cards which are face up and placed between the pair. Once a card is picked up, it cannot be returned. After the first student has made their number sentence with cards, they then say and write their number sentence. During this time, the second student has their turn. In other words, it's a turn-taking activity in which students make it, say it, and write it. The object of the game is to score the most number of points, recorded with a tally mark, whereby a point is scored for each card used, which you will see in the next section of the video. Should you choose to trial this parallel task with your years 1 to 6 children, you will require a class set of playing cards, meaning 1 deck between 2 students. To assist with classroom management, I highly recommend packaging your cards so that they are classroom friendly. You will also require a class set of individual student whiteboards, markers, and erasers. So, enough from me. Let's see what this parallel task looks like in action with several students from years 3, 4 and also year 1. Good luck with organising your playing cards, and remember, to differentiate instruction, introduce each operation explicitly and sequentially as you move your students from addition to subtraction to multiplication to division, and possibly even exploring that life to the left of 0 with negative numbers. Be creative, take a risk, and enjoy the challenge of managing the resource, the mathematics, and the children, all in the time we don't have. As always, I look forward to reading about your experiences in the forum. We have one group here that are using a number of addends to make a total of 12. So they actually had a 3 by 3 array with their playing cards on their table, and they take turns to pick up a number of cards that add to 12. The object of the game is to score the most number of points. They score 1 point for each card they actually pick up. And to our last table, using our playing cards.
It was really fun, and you didn't know that you were learning, and you learned a lot though, and it taught me a new way to do the sort of stuff that we were doing.